What is up, y'all? What is up, y'all? It is, I don't even know crap what it is. Monday. Today's Monday. I was home for like 3 days. Stayed home for quite some time. Finally cleaned up this mess. Back here is still a mess, but as you can see in the front, it is fine. I have to get this little clip here, but AC is blowing cold. I just backed to a dock here in St. Louis and about to hopefully get loaded up pretty quick. It's only like 5,000 pounds, and we're gonna head up to Peru, Illinois this week and next week. Having issues with my truck, really. Yeah, I don't know, it's pretty rough. My truck, I found some metal shavings. I think they're from Bull Gear in my let's bring those idles up. I think they're from my Bull Gear in my oil whenever I was doing my oil change. So that wasn't good news. I'm gonna drop the truck off at a shop in Fort Wayne while I'm in Bosnia on vacation for a month, and he's gonna check it out, tell me what's going on with it. I'm preparing for the worst. It is what it is. If I have to rebuild it, I'm gonna rebuild it and then be good for some time. But yeah, I mean, these things happen when you have a used truck, so it is what it is. But yeah, clean this thing up. AC is blowing super cold. As you can see, replace both vents. Have to get this and have to get a radio mount so it looks nicer. But other than that, it's coming together. I have to replace a new window in the corner because my idiot self locked myself out again and I broke that window out, but it's a pain to put back in. But yeah, back here is, I damaged this. Back here it's a mess. I'm gonna clean that up. I think I'm gonna just get loaded up here, and since I have only like 3.5 hour drive, I'm just gonna go home and stay home for a little bit. After home, then I'm gonna go to delivery tonight, and then tomorrow I have a load I pick up that goes to Clayton, Indiana. So I'm really doing like only like light stuff, shorter runs for the week. So yeah, that's the plan. Kind of just swing out these 2 weeks I have left, so rest of this week and then a little bit next week, and then I'm gonna drop the truck off in Fort Wayne and then probably just get a rent-a-car and drive home. Yes, I could drop it off to St. Louis, but I know this guy and he's really good friends with Melissa's dad, and he did work before and he owns a bunch of classics, so I trust him more than the random shop, and taking it to Freightliner would just be very expensive. So we're just gonna go that route. He's gonna open it up, and I think I also might replace my manifold and get a new turbo since that's original, because I don't know how long that turbo has on it. But yeah, that's the plan, guys. Hopefully get decently loaded up here, decently quick, and then we're gonna clean up the truck. I got this. I think this should make my dash look a lot better, even though it says back to black. I think it should do nice on rest of the surfaces. I'm even gonna test it on the floor, to be honest, and see how it works. Yeah, everything is, there's a lot of junk here that's left over. This is the line I bought for the seat, and these are the connectors that I was using that I had left over. But yeah, let's hopefully get loaded quick and catch you guys when we get going. All right, yeah, that was a quick load time, fairly quick. I'm horrible with the names. I just spoke to this guy that works at this warehouse, and I don't know, he came up to me. I'm sure he's gonna watch the video. I told him about the YouTube channel and stuff, and he came up to me and was asking me about like my truck, and he's like, man, that thing is big, you know, like how you get used to driving that. And I was telling him about trucking, and like, I don't know, like the type of money that you can make trucking, and he was just like kind of like mind blown that you can make that much money. But like, whenever I tell people like roughly how much you can make, people gotta understand that like, it's not just driving. You're an accountant, you're a business planner, you're a mechanic, you're everything. You're a business rolling on wheels, essentially, is what you are. And if you want to be successful at trucking, you got to be good at all of those things. Like, for example, you could be a great driver, great at parking and what the hell not, but like, if you have an old truck and absolutely all of your repairs are done by a shop, you're gonna be giving out a lot of money. And I tell people, like, if you plan to buy an old truck and you want a shop to do all the repairs, and I'm not talking about like major engine repair work and stuff needed. I'm talking about like minor work, like replacing your water pump or things like that are gonna add up substantially for a shop to do it. That if you're gonna pay a shop to do everything, like I'm telling you, you might as well just buy a new truck, have a payment, but then you have a new truck, you know? So that's just my 2 cents. But like, I don't know, like people always ask like how much you can make trucking and stuff, and I don't know. I mean, it's a rough number because loads vary up and down, you know, so it depends how much you want to drive, where you want to drive, if you want to maximize your full 11 hours of driving, or if you just want to do a load that's paid decent and relax for the rest of the day. Like, there's so many things that go into it, you know, so it just depends. But I would say, like, if you are willing to run, I don't see why you can't make close to $1,000 a day net, like after all your expenses. And now some people are gonna say that's low, some people are gonna say that's high, but I think if you are willing to run and put in some miles, you should be able to make close to $1,000 net with a used truck that's paid off and you're like leasing a trailer or something. Now again, many manufacturers are gonna go into that. It's gonna vary, but I would say if you're willing to run, you should be able to make that. And I'm not even talking about like crazy miles, like doing like 4,000 miles every week or something. I'm talking about like 2,000 miles staying on the road like 4 or 5 days. Yeah, this AC is knock on wood, absolutely amazing. Whenever they were building this, I swear I thought this was gonna be like a Flying J or Loves, but it's freaking Amarin. I think it's Amarin. I'm gonna stop by Truck Centers and buy some screws and a freaking seal for that door so I can replace it. Oh man, but yeah, man, I mean, trucking is not for everybody either. I mean, not everybody's built for trucking, and some people just can't do it. So, you know, I mean, people see guys driving and they're like, well, that's all there is to it. It's easy, you know, you got a truck and stuff, and it's not like that, man. Like, if you ask any truck driver that's been out here, they're gonna tell you that there's a lot more to trucking than just this, what you see. I mean, especially if you have a family at home, kids, wife, it's gonna take a toll on your relationships. So, I mean, luckily for me, you know, me and Melissa were together before I got into trucking, substantially before, quite a bit before. But I think getting into a serious relationship while you're a truck driver over the road and away all the time is very, very difficult. And then on top of that, I mean, it's not uncommon to hear of truck drivers who've been through 3 marriages. They go through a divorce. It's tough, you know? So things like that, people don't really keep in mind. I would say if you're a single guy and you want to make money and you want to grow a business, sure, get into it. You can hustle hard. You work on your own terms, but again, trucking is not short-term money. Like, it's not one of those things where you're like, man, I want to save up some money and get into it. It's not short-term money. You got to think long-term. Like, what do you want to do in this long-term? That's what it's about. At least those are my 2 cents. Everybody's gonna have a different opinion on it. To me, I want to essentially like grow a company and try to do something with this, and not have to drive. Because me personally, I don't want to be freaking 50, 60 years old, still out here 5 days a week or how long ever. Personally, it's not a life I don't want to live. I'm not saying there's anything wrong I just personally don't want to live that life. That's just my 2 cents. Tom Smith is, so we're not answering that. Probably some broker asking if I have a truck in somewhere where I don't. Some Bosnian rap. See, like, that's so annoying. This radio, I need to replace it. Yeah, guys, let's go to Freightliner here, get some parts, and then catch you guys in a bit. All right, I just want to show everybody how amazing this freaking Mother's Back to Black is. This stuff does wonders. You might not be able to tell on the camera, but look at this plastic. It looks brand new, and the dash. It's hard to show it on the camera, but I'm telling you, like, this black here, it used to look so dull. And this here, it literally makes things look like brand new. But yeah, guys, I'm about to get driving. Finally heading out. And we'll essentially just catch you guys tomorrow. There's not much more to talk about. Simple drive. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and catch you on the next one.